My job title is a project manager with Willis A. Smith Construction here in Sarasota. Been with the firm since 2008, just over 5 years. Every day is different. There's variety, which is good. There's something different every day. Typically, it's ensuring that subcontractors build the new buildings or renovate the existing buildings or do any of the site-related work per the contract drawings, the plans that the owner, the school board in this case, has put together. So we ensure and verify that what is being built in the field matches what was on the plans and what was agreed upon. And also it works on, we work with the owner and the architect and the designers. And we have weekly meetings to update them on schedule, on the project budget, and then also just a general update as far as progress of the buildings and the construction activities, and verify if there's any questions they may have, or if any questions we have, kind of hash it out and work out any issues. I personally have always been curious about buildings, how things get put together. I was one of the kids that would play with the Legos and the building blocks and draw stuff and just sketch stuff up. So I've always been intrigued how a building is built, with the big equipment and big cranes, and it just always was very interesting to me. I would say Booker High School project, the rebuild project, has been the most difficult project that I've personally worked on. It is due in part because it's such a large project, rebuilding an entire high school that is occupied with students and staff. So trying to maintain the buildings and maintain all the infrastructure, power, water, phone, everything, all the while that we're building new buildings. And so it requires additional communication, additional coordination with the school and the principal, and just to make sure that the way we're building it can be done. And the easiest way to get around this is communication. We try and set the expectations for when a building will be turned over for staff and students. Then also we set the expectation and request that this area of the campus be available in order to continue with the schedule, so we don't delay the work, which it entails a lot of communication and also long-term planning, not just next week or in 2 weeks, but 6 months, 9 months down the road. So just communication and coordination with the school, and just setting the expectations, what the school will be able to occupy when. So just to constantly do that on a monthly basis. When we get really busy out here, we were busy out here, that was more or less every week we were just coordinating with the school. So just communication, just not trying to assume anything, but just make sure everybody's on the same page. And that way we found that to be the best way to avoid any awkward moments or uncomfortable situations as they may come up in a project this large and this complex. I do like the fact that at the end of the day, I can leave a lasting impression on Sarasota. I didn't grow up here, but I love the area, and I'm glad that 10, 15, 20 years down the road, I'll be able to bring my children and grandchildren and drive around town and show them that, I was part of that building, I was part of that building, I worked on this project, I worked on this. And just to know that's a great sense of pride and accomplishment, that that not just being able to say, I've done this and it's nice and neat on a piece of paper. I can point to physical buildings and campus rebuilds and other projects that I've been involved with as far as leaving a lasting impression. And that's why I like it. I like to be able to turn something from a piece of paper, a plan sheet, into a physical building. Have 2 degrees, a bachelor's in business administration and a master's of arts in construction management, both from the University of Florida in Gainesville. I initially got a business degree as a quote-unquote safe bet, but one of my roommates my senior year had taken the construction course. He had been doing some construction-related classes, and so I was looking at the books he had, and that seemed a lot more interesting than what I was studying at the time, and I just said, you know what, now's the time to make a change. I'm not going to wait 10, 20 years down the road and realize this is all I want to do. So at that point in time, I graduated from UF with 1 degree and said I want to go back for a second, and got into construction management. Being able to communicate and properly express your thoughts, your ideas to another individual is priceless. And patience, that some people may not understand or get what you're trying to tell them, and it may be a little more time consuming to get them to get on the same page with you, but just patience and communication. and just diligence. That nothing comes easy, and that nothing will come overnight. That it'll come in time, and so you have to be persistent. So, patience, communication, and good communication skills, and persistence. So that's, I would say, would suit you well if you want to pursue this field.
Responsibilities include creating clear and attainable goals, excellent communication and leadership abilities, and managing the constraints of the project management triangle. You can earn a bachelor's, master's degree, or a professional certificate. Complete a bachelor's degree program in project management or organizational management. It is also possible to earn a bachelor's degree in engineering, marketing, finance, or information technology, and then apply that to a study in project management. Certificates in project management are offered by many schools, some with online study options. Project management certificates are advanced programs for those who already have a bachelor's degree and/or extensive work experience. In a project management graduate degree program, you'll study advanced topics in project control, management, cost planning, and strategy. Median expected salary for a typical project manager is $62,096 per year. Qualities of a project manager are being able to solve problems creatively, being organized, staying calm under pressure, being a team builder, showing integrity, being able to communicate well, being assertive, being able to delegate, and being persistent.